Hello and welcome back to Spiritual Mind. If you're new, welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Brandy Nicole and I'm here with another video for the channel. It's reasonable to know what we offer on the channel, so I just want to tell you that on this channel we focus on spiritual health, mental health, and mindset work, and we're also weaving in some spiritual nutrition and wellness challenges as well, so please be sure to subscribe if you're interested in those specific options and advantages really. So I wanted to put together a video talking about my experience of being a born-again Christian because I have, been on my journey for a while now, and there's just different things that have been a part of this journey versus my past history in Christian faith. So something I wanted to share about today is divorce care. And I thought this was a very good and reasonable video to put out because a lot of folks who identify as Christian actually sometimes get divorced, and I don't see a lot of content talking about divorce care, although Christian folks will talk about going through divorce and their experience with divorce. And I just thought it'd be really cool to share kind of what I found from the divorce care support group. So basically the divorce care support group is a 12-week program. I have a sneeze coming, so any minute now I'm going to start sneezing. But it's a 12-week program that meets weekly to discuss like healing divorce, healing from a divorce, healing divorce wounds, healing relational stuff that may be holding you back from feeling healthy or healed. And it's faith-centered. So I like that it really focuses on faith and on God, which is really a good place for healing, in my opinion. And of course, divorce care is open to whoever is interested in being a part of a support group that is, centered on faith. And you don't necessarily have to have a faith system to participate, but it would make sense, I suppose, or at least that you be open to faith, Christian faith, because the sessions themselves include prayer. So, it just kind of depends on how you feel with folks praying over you or with you. Not directly, but like group prayer before the session begins and at the close of session primarily. So I'm just going to share a little bit about what really stood out to me in case this is helpful, because as you may or may not know, I'm a holistic mental health therapist and a wellness coach, and I work with clients, and I don't necessarily talk about this as an option with clients unless they have self-identified their faith. I mean, I'll ask, within like working with a client, so I'll know their faith system, but if they identify as Christian and have, potentially a divorce that they're dealing with, then I will recommend this because it was so helpful for me. I'm not gonna say that this works the same for everyone because I'm sure each group would be a little bit different. It's just like who's in the class or not class. I mean, it kind of is a class because you get a whole workbook, but who's in the support group sessions can matter for like how you experience the sessions themselves, which is just kind of a unique factor. But basically, you can go look online, just look up divorce care, I believe divorcecare.com, if you want to find where classes are happening local to you or where the support groups are happening local to you. I started, my personal intro was during a little bit before the holidays, I think. So I found it really helpful to go to the divorce support groups so that way I could connect with other folks who are going through that same timeline of experience of just getting through the holidays as a person who's no longer married. And I've been divorced for 2.5 years now, almost 3. And yeah, I think next month it'll be like 3 years. But I actually decided to go do divorce care just to self-assess, check in and see, am I healed? Am I really all clear? Have I worked through everything that needed to be worked through or not? And I found it to be reassuring because all of the different classes in the book focus on recovery and different elements of how you relate to your partner or your ex-partner, how to take care of yourself, how to spend your time, how to find yourself, how to be comfortable with yourself, dealing with grief and depression that may come up. Oh, I hear someone in the kitchen. Loneliness is another chapter. There's journal prompts in here. There's prayers and like study guides. There's some quotes from the Bible. So one thing that I really enjoyed about the experience was just like the video sessions that they offered within the divorce care session itself. So when you come in, they have opening prayer, there's like light refreshments, and then they have you watch like this video that relates to whatever topic they are working on for, or what will be like focused on for that session. So I actually really like the videos because the videos talk about other folks who identify as Christian going through divorce, which is just really helpful to see how, this is not some like experience that's just one person, it's not just me, that feeling of like, well, I'm the only person, the only one who couldn't, quite get the healthy relationship that I was, striving for. So I don't know, I just felt like the videos were a really helpful part of getting to see more people have an experience of closing out of marriages that just didn't feel healthy or sustainable. So I think that was great. Also being there with other folks who are actively in different stages of divorce was really cool because our conversations could be really unique. I felt comfortable to participate in those conversations and felt that there was trust established, that I didn't suspect that anyone was going to go out and talk about what I was sharing in those sessions. So that was really nice. It felt like a safe place to really talk through the experience with other folks who are either in the same phase or ahead or maybe newer in their divorce experience. So that was really a gift and a treat. And what I like also is that you could come and go. So like I was trying to do all 12 sessions. I didn't get a chance to do all of them because of scheduling conflicts, but I know I could just re-enroll and continue to drop in to classes or sessions whenever. So I will, I plan to just kind of go back and get into the sessions that I missed, certainly, but also maybe just to take the whole 12-week series again, because it was really helpful and useful. And I feel like, I might have missed a few things on the first pass. So I'm looking forward to like going back and getting a second chance just to comb through the experience and I don't know, see what else I can gain as far as like connecting with the materials, connecting with the exercises. I really love that they give you a workbook too. Some of the divorce care classes have you buy the workbook. Some will include the workbook and it's just free. So some people will have you buy the workbook for like $20, depending on which church that. And honestly, the divorce care support groups have happened primarily on church campuses, from what I could see. So the place that I went to actually just gave the book for free. So the sessions were free, the support was free, the workbook was free. And this workbook has so much information in here. There's actually, I remember talking with someone in the group because he was saying that he found that they have like a getting through the holidays guide or book or class or something as well, because that can be a really unique time for a lot of folks going through divorce. This also, I just realized, has like quotes from the Bible in the back that can be used as like bookmarks. So the first one is, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him and he helps me." So I think these are really centered around like understanding to invite God into your healing process for divorce. And they have a budget worksheet because when you go through divorce, your finances most certainly shift. So I think that's really nice. Yeah, and there's even a what's next page on the back that says repeat divorce care. So you can always do it again. You can also volunteer to help with divorce care. So while I was at divorce care, and this was a recommendation from one of the lead pastors at the church I go to, he suggested that maybe I could help facilitate divorce care sessions at my local church. And so I'll be excited if that's something that gets a chance to move forward. If that is to be, I think I could help folks because I actually feel pretty healed. I felt moderately healed before, but I just knew that there was still like one thing that I needed to kind of figure out. And I've been able to like get that to move and get it to where I was able to do some deeper work. And so I just found this to be invaluable, and I wanted to share it because a lot of people are on YouTube talking about their divorce. There's even a lot of Christians on YouTube talking about their divorce, but not a lot of Christians on YouTube are talking about divorce care. So I think maybe they don't know, or maybe they're not aware or wanting to have that conversation, but I don't mind. I think hopefully this can help someone as much as it has been able to help me. I definitely want everyone to be able to get healed because divorce can be such a painful experience. And so to know what support exists, priceless, I tell you. So I don't know if there is anything else I could think of that would be helpful to share. One thing that I really liked as well is that some of the sessions were, so divorce care is co-ed, but some of the sessions were separate just based on the content of what we would be talking about to kind of create a safe space and deeper connection. So like for the first 3 or 4 sessions for my divorce care series, I think it was just the women meeting in a separate room and the men meeting in a separate room to just have the whole session so we could like really say everything we needed to say, because the conversations can definitely be sensitive. And the one thing I found super interesting just as a theme from being in a divorce care support group, I was just like astounded at how many relationships actually closed because they were toxic. And I'm not going to share anyone else's story, but the consistent theme in the space for I think all of the marriages was like the divorce. Usually when it comes to a Christian marriage is because it's a toxic relationship that is just not sustainable on either side. So for the men and the women, it seemed like that was the very clear theme for every person there. So I thought that was super profound, because I imagine like, you know, you really have to want to work on the relationship if you identify, I mean, who knows, every person's on their own journey. But I just thought it was interesting that for folks who, you know, actively go to church and try and practice faith, or, you know, we can all come and go from that, because I'm just coming back. I don't think we did go to church when I was married too, but not as much as I go now. But I just think it was interesting. A lot of folks who were, you know, also in the journey of like Christianity and, you know, holding their faith, also working on like marriage and trying to do what they could to preserve the marriage. And then some folks were there kind of realizing that they were the person who may have been the toxic party more so in the relationship, and sorting out that stuff too. So it doesn't mean like everyone who goes to divorce care is like the good partner, because I don't think that exists. I think in a marriage, two people, if they're not equally yoked, as you know the Bible says, some stuff can go down. So I don't know, I just felt it was super helpful, and I felt good. I felt like I got the information I was looking for. I felt like I got the support that I was looking for. There was a man and woman facilitator, so it seemed like they could really speak to different experiences, and it was just good. And they were able to share their experiences too. So like the facilitators themselves were divorced as well. I mean, one of the facilitators was married, but 2 of them were divorced. So I thought that really helped out and mattered too, because they could share their experiences and how they implemented faith into their healing and recovery from divorce as well. So I didn't have much else to add, but I did want to say that because I thought it could be helpful to share like my experience, my impression, what I found, how it kind of works, you know, how long is it. The sessions themselves, I think, were an hour and a half, in case that matters. Yeah, and I just enjoyed it, and I'll be doing that again, certainly. So hopefully this is helpful to any person who's going through a divorce, who has been through a divorce, even if it's been a while. It never hurts to go and do that check-in work, that, you know, check on yourself, make sure you're healed, because you don't want to have to wait and find out later that there's, you know, some more work to do. So I rather just kind of keep working on myself. And, you know, I encourage you to maybe consider that if that's something that can help you out too. So I hope this video was enjoyable or helpful or educational in some way. I definitely recommend Divorce Care, and I will do it again. Yeah, so the website is divorcecare.org. So there we go. .org. So divorcecare.org is actually what you're looking for. And yeah, I think that's it. So definitely recommend, and hopefully this video was helpful. Please give this a thumbs up if you found this useful. Send it to a friend who's going through a divorce in case they need a little support. It could be the thing that really helps them on their journey. And I will look forward to catching you in the next video. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and check the description if you want to see more about my offerings and services, and sign up for the newsletter. And yeah, I think that's it. So take great care of yourself, and thank you for taking a little time with me on this day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.